Hi, I'm T from Pilates Pro Maintenance. Today I'm here with Gratz, and we're going to run over all the general maintenance of the Gratz Reformer. First, we're going to run over the tools you will need to do the general maintenance of the Reformer. Mainly the 13 wrench or socket wrench, whichever one you choose. You could also choose just a regular wrench, just as long as it's number 13. You can use an adjustable wrench or a cranking wrench, as long as it's 13. Number 1/2 will also work. You will need a set of Allen keys. Mainly number 4 is the one we will be using for the safety check of the Gratz Reformer. Lastly, you will need a screwdriver, and making sure that you have both ends of the screwdriver, or making sure you have a flathead and a Phillips head, as well as the small flathead and the big Phillips head, which I have available all in one tool here. But if you don't, make sure that you have just number 4 Phillips head, as well as the number 2, and the same for the flat head screwdrivers. That's as far as the tools. As far as a material that you will need to apply will be the white lithium grease. This is very important to add only the white lithium grease because it is the one that is designed to maintain the Gratz equipment in its best shape possible and best working conditions. Okay. We also have as material pre-cut pieces of paper towels, which if you don't have pre-cut pieces of paper towel, you can use regular paper towels. We recommend to use paper towels and not rags. We've tried using rags. Recycling the rags gets very messy. You risk the fact of having grease on the vinyl or in places where you don't want grease at. And just recyclable paper towels and getting rid of them as fast as you use them is definitely what's recommended. You will need Q-tips to get in nooks and crannies, like inside the wheel, around the casters, inside the washers, and all the places where you won't be able to get the paper towel into. You will use the Q-tips. You will need a garbage bag close or a small garbage bin close, because you will be disposing of these Q-tips and paper towels quite often. You will not be recycling them much at all, actually. And you just want to keep clean. Big part about this service is to stay organized and to stay uniform in what you're doing. Taking off the screws, taking off the wheels and putting them back on is not going to be much of your challenge. Much of the challenge is going to be in keeping the equipment in the shape you found it or in a better shape. Not having grease on the vinyl or even the furniture around the equipment. You might be working on a white carpet environment where you can't drop grease on the floor, you can't drop your tools, and staying organized is going to help you achieve the best maintenance on your reformer without messing any of that up. Lastly, you will have some gloves, which you will use at very specific times once you're actually dealing with the grease and the wheels and taking those things off, and a spray bottle to wipe down the vinyl and any mistakes you may have along the way, as well as the tracks and some of the safety check when we're done. Those are the general tools and materials you will need to service the Gratz Reformer. Lastly, I wanted to separate this one, which is the 3-in-1 oil. This is the only oil we'll be using on the Pilates equipment. A lot of people confuse this for WD-40, or they like to add WD-40 to parts of the equipment. We do not use WD-40 on any part of the Gratz Reformer. 3-in-1 oil is what stops most of the squeaks and lubricates well. Now we'll get to the general maintenance of the Reformer.